Hey guys, what's up? Jeremy Ryder here with Team Truly Unique. I'm going to do my 2020 in the bag. I know 2020 is almost over, but hey, better late than never. All right, so let's start with my putters. My putting putters are classic Judges, and these ones are Moonshine classic Judges. These were money this year. I really love these ones right here. Judges are the beast. Speaking of Judges, my throwing putter is a classic blend Judge with a little decoration that my daughter did for me. All right, and then for my understable putter, if I need to throw something understable, I love the Keystone. It's got a similar feel to the Judge. It doesn't have a bead on it, but if I throw it flat, it will give me a nice little turn to the right. All right, next, let's go to my mid-ranges. So my main staple mid-ranges are the Truth. So I've got several Truth. So this one right here is, I'm told, is a pre-Mac Truth. It's nice and flat. It's also got a little decoration on it that I added. So this one is super flat. I can throw it dead straight. It'll give me a little S-curve sometimes. All right, this one is a classic EMAC Truth. This one is really flat too, as you can see. And the cool thing about the classics is they really break in. So this one was pretty stable at first, but now it's starting to get a little seasoned and it's starting to turn on me a little bit too. All right, now let's go to my overstable mid-ranges. So I have two classic blend verdicts. That's right, classic blend verdicts. Got the team stamp there, also got the first run. Truly Unique did last year. So these are great, very overstable, and it's got that classic blend plastic on it, which is really grippy and nice. And then if you look, I'll show in the other camera here, it's got lots of cool little dimples there, which every time I pull this out, people are like, oh my gosh, what happened to that? But this is nice and beaten in, and I love it. This one has been in my bag the most. Goes really straight with a nice fade at the end, and this one is a little newer in the bag too. This is more overstable. All right, then let's go to my understable mid-ranges. So I've got two Warrants that are in here. This one is a Lucid Warrant, and this one is super nice. I just put a little bit of an ante on it, and it'll keep that turn the whole way. Great disc, love it. I think this will be in the bag forever until I lose it. Okay, and then this one is a Prime Warrant, and this one is a flip machine. I can put this one on a hyzer line. It'll flip all the way up, and then it'll even keep flipping over to an anhyzer line. So this is money in the woods. If there's a super tight window that I need to get through that I don't want to throw 100% on, I can throw this about 70% on a hyzer, and that puppy will flip up, maybe turn a little bit and get through that tight little window. So I love this. It's a must for woods golf. Okay, and then this one I kind of added later on in the season. This is my Warship. This thing is great. I know it's been advertised kind of as a mix between a fairway driver and a mid-range, and I'd kind of agree with that. So this goes a little bit further than my Truths, but not quite as far as my fairway drivers, and it's super straight. All right, so let's dig into the drivers that I have. So basically, just like everybody else, got fairway drivers and got some distance drivers. Now I do want to say that I play mainly in North Carolina, South Carolina, so lots of woods golf. So those of you who are out in the middle of a field throwing in the wind, some of these discs are not going to be what I would recommend for you for sure. But woods golf, this is kind of what I bag. All right, so I love the Escapes. So I've got this nice older Escape, nice Lucid Escape. I love this thing. I like to flick it. This is actually mainly my flick disc. I don't have a super strong flick, so I'm able to throw it on a hyzer, it'll pop up, and then it'll still finish to the right. This is also another one of my flick discs right here, which is a Felon. And this Felon is super straight also. It's actually a little understable, which is kind of, yeah, it's kind of weird. You don't think of Felons as understable, but if I put some heat behind this thing, it'll actually flip over, but it consistently comes back. These two discs actually fly very similar for me. So sometimes it's just about feel. You got one that's in lucid, one that's in fusion. So sometimes it just comes down to the feel. All right, I do have another escape. This one's got a custom Sharpie drawing on it also. This is a fusion escape, and it's got to be, I don't know how old it is, but this thing is super flippy too. This is kind of like my Warrant that I have, where I can throw it on a hyzer, it'll pop up, and then it'll kind of turn a little bit to the right also. Not as understable as the Warrant for sure, but this is a great woods golf for me. I heard Barry Schultz say one time that you got to have a flippy disc in your bag, because if you got to do a standstill in the woods and you can't power it up all the way, you need to release it on a little bit of a hyzer and have it flip up, you can rely on those flippy discs. So I definitely agree. This flippy escape is the business, man. All right. I guess I'll go to my stable ones first, and then I'll go to the ones that I use the most. All right, so for my stable drivers, fairway drivers, I have two getaways. So this purple getaway here, this is the one that it'll go pretty much dead straight with a fade at the end of it. I'm hoping to beat it in enough to where it'll start turning on me, and then maybe I can move some of these other discs out of my bags, because I really do like the getaway. They're very reliable. And then this one right here is a pretty new one, so this one's pretty stable. I can trust this one in the wind. In fact, if there is a headwind on a hole and I don't know what else to do, I'll pull out the getaway, and I know I can throw it, maybe even on a little bit of hyzer, but definitely dead straight, and it'll fight that wind and it'll finish. All right, then woods golf. I don't know how anybody can play woods golf without having a river in their bag. The rivers are great. These are great discs. I can throw them, basically what I do all day long is I throw them dead flat, and they just go dead straight, pretty much. Okay, and I can put a little bit of ante on it, and it'll flex for me, and it might even come back. The blue one's a little more understable, so if I put a little ante on it, it'll turn and it won't come back, which you want that sometimes. And then this one right here is a little more stable, and it will, I can put a little ante on it, and it'll turn, but it will still come back at the end. But rivers are great discs. If you need something to go dead straight, that's a fairway driver, and you're in the woods, not a ton of wind, throw the river. All right, that's my fairway drivers. All right, let's go to the distance drivers. All right, for me, I don't bag a lot of distance drivers because, again, I play in the woods, and then if there is an open field, I'm pretty much just throwing like hyzer flips if there's a headwind or something like that too. So most of my discs aren't super overstable. In fact, I think I'm only bagging 3 distance drivers right now. So I've got, first one is the Trespass. I love the Trespass. This is great, a great distance driver for those of you who are looking for a lot of distance and maybe you don't have a crusher of an arm like me. Trespass is a great disc. This one is great. I can hyzer flip this one. It's a little flippy, so I can flip it up, hyzer flip, and then it'll finish with a hyzer at the end. Okay, and then the next one I have, if I need a little bit more beef, I have the Raider. Raider's a great disc. This one's like a 168 or maybe 169, so it's not full. It's not full weight, so it's a little less. I can't. So this one I can actually throw, to be honest with you. My last one is the Captain. Captain is great. When I first started throwing this Captain a couple months ago, it was perfect. You throw it dead flat. It's got a really late turn. When I first started throwing the Captain, it goes about 200 feet and then it starts turning. So it's great. Very great. Nice late turn. So if you have a tunnel that's dead straight, that has a nice late turn, this Captain is great. And since it's a pretty high speed driver, I think it's a 13, can't remember. All right, I think it's a 13. Since it's high speed and it's understable, it'll turn, but then when it starts to slow down, that high speedness makes it stable out and it does come back. I would not recommend throwing this thing in the wind, pretty touchy in the wind, but it's a great disc. This one I've had a couple months in my bag and it's already getting a little too flippy, so I might need to put a fresh one in. All right, and then last but not least, I've got one kind of utility disc, and that is my Stiletto. The Stiletto is my thumber disc. So anytime I need to throw a thumber, this puppy's coming out. Every now and then I might throw a tomahawk, but not as much. And then this is also great for a forehand roller, especially if you need something that goes straight. Throw it down and it'll fight flipping over. It'll go straight for a long ways. All right, so that's my in the bag. I guess real quick, talk about my cart. I got a compact Zuca cart, which I really like. It's got the pouches on the side, which is great for putting discs. I can put several discs in there. I got a couple of the extra. The putter pouch is a must. You got to have that. Also, got some other decorations that are up there too that you guys can't see, but I did add a couple bars in here. I just used some dowel and some really thin wood on the side so that I can fit my discs up off the ground of the cart here, and then I've got room to fit my my coats, some snacks in there too, which is really good. So anyway, happy 2021 for you guys, and I'm hoping maybe I will start my season out by doing a 2021 in the bag instead of at the end of the season. I don't know. What do you think? All right, so I'd love to hear from you guys. What are you guys bagging? What do you think that maybe I should throw that's in the Trilogy family that I'm missing? Especially for you guys who are out in the windy open areas. Let me know. I'd like to do some tournaments, some more tournaments that are more out in the wide open that's got a lot more wind that you're dealing with. So put in the comments, let me know what kind of windy headwind type discs do you think I need to add to the bag? Because I think I've got the understable stuff covered for the most part. Yeah, in the woods, you're mainly throwing understable stuff to stable stuff. So yeah, let me know. What else do I need to put in my bag for those tournaments when I'm going to play wide open in the wind? Let me know. All right, well, thanks guys. Thanks for subscribing. Hit the like button too. That'll help me out, grow this channel a little bit. So I look forward to posting some more content and better quality stuff in 2021. Peace out.